I was thinking a lot about the idea of multiple personalities, which isn't as creepy as it sounds, I promise. To define it, I'm not referring to the weird mental disorder where like one person says they have two personalities and two alter egos and they try to like switch between the two. And all they do is switch their voice and like switch like the way they talk, and it's kind of weird. So that's why I think it's a mental disorder. But that's not even what I'm referring to. I'm just referring to the really basic idea that like when you meet someone new, you kind of like adapt and change your personality in a sense to like get along with them better and make everyone's day a lot easier. And that's all I'm referring to. And I feel like some people might think it's really weird when they hear that, or other people might think it's really obvious. I'm not really sure how others think about it, but the way I see it, I feel like everyone, whether they know it or not, is unconsciously changing their personality to kind of like fit new people. And at first, I got kind of worried because I think I like kind of do it a lot, and I thought it was kind of weird to like maybe it's not a good thing that you like switch your personality a lot to like around different people. But then I realized, realistically, I think a lot of people do that in the sense that people aren't gonna act the exact same around everybody they know, because some certain ways you act fit better with certain people. And like it's kind of like that meme that I saw on the internet where they say like when you accidentally use personality A with friend group B, and it's like one person doing something completely wrong and like out of pocket in the friend group, and they realize it doesn't fit in, and then they blend back in by doing like the usual habits of the group. But basically, I think everyone, whether they know it or not, is actively trying to like change themselves to adapt to new people or just any person they know to like fit in better and make like the relationship more comfortable. And that's kind of a good thing in my opinion. And I guess I should structure an argument because that would make the logical flow of information a lot easier to deliver. But the argument I'm going to make is I think it's a good thing to be able to switch your personality. That's what I'm calling it. It sounds really creepy, I will admit. But I'm really just saying being adaptable to getting along with new people. I think everyone should have that ability because it's, important to be able to work with anyone you meet, especially people you don't like, because that's probably an important skill you need in the future. But basically, what I thought about in this case is my experience with personality changing. I think compared to the average person, I change a lot more because I feel like I'm a really adaptable person, because it doesn't apply to just this, but in most cases I try to like adapt to any new circumstances. And most people, when it comes to like shifting personalities, I think they like meet someone and they try to like adapt to them, get to know each other, get comfortable. But if they have to change past a certain point to be comfortable with the other person, then they just won't like that other person and they don't really associate with them. And that's kind of how friend groups are made, because when you have a friend group, you have people who know each other and like their personalities are within close enough within each other's like range that everyone's comfortable and they all get along really well. But if there's someone like outside that range, if you go past the threshold of like adaptability, then you can't really adapt that far, or you're not comfortable adapting that far. So in that case, that's why you can't have like everybody in the world in one friend group, because everyone has different like levels or personalities and whatever, and everyone's like gets to know different groups. But basically everyone has their own like threshold of adaptability to like meet new people, and most people stay within a comfortable range of a limited adaptability. But for me personally, I feel like I have a much wider range of adaptability in the sense that I can most likely get to know and be comfortable with anybody I meet. And I say that because I feel like I know, compared to most people at school at least, I know a much more wider range of people compared to most others. And a lot of people, like I said, if you go past a certain range, like you start getting uncomfortable being able to adapt. But I just feel like I'm really able to like adapt to most people I know and just like fit the situation as fast as possible. And I'm not saying I'm the best. I realize that there's actually a lot of people who do this, which is why I feel more comfortable saying I'm one of them. But I feel like there's plenty of people who like, if you're really, I would say it's like a skill to be able to like adapt to like these situations to new people so easily. It's definitely a skill. It's like a good skill to have. It's just being able to be like getting along with people. But overall, I think I can definitely get along with more people compared to others. And then with that, it's kind of like a blessing and a curse. In most cases, it should be a good thing because you can just get along with most people. But it's kind of like an issue because when you know like one group of people and you know another group of people, you like those two groups of people might not like each other, and then in that case you're kind of like caught in the crossfire because when you know everyone, you realize people don't like each other because in the end, when everyone judges each other and everyone like compares each other, they really just don't like anyone that's different from themselves. At least that's the way I see it, and so you can't really do anything about that. People are obviously going to inevitably be different from each other, so when that happens, there's conflict and people don't like each other. And in those types of cases, I'm really thinking of school like this whole political thing. I guess that's like something my dad told me. But in those cases, when people don't like each other and you know you're chill with both of them, it's kind of annoying, especially when like you're with one group of people and then the other group will see you with that group of people, and then they're like, "Freak that guy with those other annoying group of people," and I'm like, I don't really care. I can just go anywhere and just do anything, but like it's just a pain. Either way, oh yeah, I want to point out that the way I act in these videos compared to the way I act at school, compared to the way I act at home, are all completely different because I really just do whatever I want, whenever I want. My dad thinks I'm a really quiet person because when I'm at home, I don't talk that much. I don't really know why. Probably because there's not really much to talk about or like much to exert the energy to anything. But like at home, I'm quiet. In the videos, I kind of just rant. That's all this is. Like me talking right now. I guess I'm practicing my ability to improv and talk whatever I want, whenever I want. Like practicing that skill my parents have of like being able to talk for an hour straight and not say anything exactly. But at school, I definitely have an extremely wide range of like types of people that I know and ways that I act, in the sense that I'm usually chill with everyone. I've also been known as the most annoying, but I would say I'm pretty good at knowing when I'm annoying. Like I'm not annoying without knowing it. I know when I'm being annoying, and I know like when to like push that line and when to not go too far or to like annoy certain people past the point that they won't like, you know, be comfortable. I don't freaking know what I'm saying. Basically, I have a wide range of ways that I can act at school, and it's funny when like, or it's annoying when there's like two groups that don't like each other, and like you're chill with both of them, so you kind of just like sit in between. But it's also funny when you know a lot of people, and then you can kind of just like freaking flow the people together to like get to know each other. In those types of cases, I feel like I'm connecting society. I'm bringing together like these wounds. I'm closing wounds of society. Because like sometimes I'm in like a big group and nobody in the group knows each other, but everyone individually kind of knows me because I know like a really wide range of people. So everyone's going to be chill with me. And then in that type of scenario, I just start like connecting people and like dragging other people into like a conversation. And in those types of cases, I'm just connecting society. Like I said, it's a lot of fun and it's really interesting. It's like a game, but that type of situation is pretty fun. And like sometimes the people I connect end up getting closer with each other than they ever were with me, which, you know, whatever. That's like, I would say I caused that. I would take a lot of pride in that. And then other cases, I don't know, it's just getting to know people. But I need an argument. My argument is just saying that like I think people should definitely learn the ability to adapt. And like I said, I think everybody unconsciously does it already, but certain people can't do it past their range, and that's when there's people outside their range of adaptability, they just don't like those people. And I feel like if people could like adapt more and just like get to know each other in a, like whether you like someone or not, just like being able to get along regardless, I think that's definitely a useful ability. And then, you know, adapting in the first place, because I definitely know some people who like lack the ability. They kind of are, they act a constant way, probably like everywhere. I can't like confirm or stalk them to like say they act the same way, but I'm assuming just from the way I've seen them act around like, you know, me and then other people, I just assume they act the same way constantly. And those types of people, like it's hard for them to like properly meet a bunch of people because they can't adapt to anyone. So if they meet someone, the only way they'll like get along with someone is if the other person adapts to them, or if the other person was already like really like compatible with them. And like, I don't know, it's just, I feel like everyone should probably learn better how to adapt and get to know more people. And it's a really basic theme, I guess. It's like a common thread to say, you know, getting to know people is a skill and you should probably learn that. But in the end, it's probably a lot more complex than the way I'm trying to explain it, but I'm trying to explain it in a way that's like pay-per-view and as understandable as possible. At the same time, I'm making it pretty complex for, you know, being a kid and all that. And also, talking about it in terms of like school and general life is kind of overkill, considering it's not that serious and nobody has to think about it that far. But I did, and also my dad kind of like explained it in that sense. He says, you know, when you're a kid, you like experiment with, you know, how the world works and all that good stuff. So I'm like trying to figure that out, I guess. And also, I noticed that my dad has a really keen ability to adapt, I guess, his adaptability, in the sense I've seen him like interact with the most broad range of people, literally anyone, because sometimes he just like goes to random people in public and he can just like get along with them whenever he wants. And he's even told stories. He like brags about it. He takes pride in it, which is obvious because it's a skill nobody has. Rarely many people have the ability to like go up to a random person and strike up a conversation. That's a pure skill. But my dad, like he tells stories. He's like, one time I talked to this group or this guy, and we got along so well that he invited me to dinner, and like invited to stay the night or something. And I'm like, okay. At first I was like far-fetched. This was when I was younger. But over time, over the years, when you realize you can just go up to anyone and talk to them, that's a skill. That's something that I would hope to get to know better. I think I'm definitely like part of my ability to adapt to like people and like get to know people better. That's definitely inherited from him, but he's on a different level. His ability to just like get to know people and like fit into places, it's pretty interesting, and it's definitely something I look up to. But either way, moral of the story, I think everyone should learn how to adapt and get along with people regardless of how much they actually like them or not, and that way society can be super peaceful. The end.